Okay, folks, this is my post-colonoscopy public service announcement to you all out there who haven't had your colonoscopies done. After much pressure and prodding, literally, by family, my personal physician, and my children, of course, to get it done, I finally did do it today. Joel, this is proof. He wanted newspaper proof that this was really today. The preparation is not very fun. You have to drink some sort of difficult tasting preparation with a lot of water, and anything and everything that wanted to live in your colon or wanted to stay there and hide cannot hide any longer. It comes out rather quickly. This keeps you up most of the night if you're going in the morning. There's one nasty little step of giving yourself an enema, which is something I guess I won't talk about, but not a pleasant experience. Arrived at the hospital, everybody was very professional. I was kind of worried that this would be kind of like a weird thing, but it wasn't. Everybody was very professional. They start an IV, because you do get medication through your IV, and you have a check of your, they take your vital signs. And then they wheeled me down and put me in the recovery room where I would end up, waiting for the doctor to come. Came and talked to me, and then we went in to start the procedure. I was given some Demerol. Didn't really have much effect with the first shot, so they gave me a second dose, and then they also give you Versed, which is something that is like a amnesiac. I was hoping for an aphrodisiac, but that's not what they gave me. And normally people can't remember most of the day. However, I was awake during the whole process. I was able to see them going up my colon because I was looking right at the monitor. I saw them removing the 2 polyps that I did have in there. I could feel pressure, but nothing totally uncomfortable. And so it seemed to be over in about 30 to 45 minutes. I'm not quite sure. I was trying to look at the clock when I got back. Doctor talked to me briefly. They had little heart monitors on you and took those off, took me back to recovery room. I was sat up, totally alert, could remember everything. I made some important phone calls, which I don't think is usual. The doctor did say he talked to me in the recovery room. I have a vague memory of that, although I do remember him talking to me in the operating, or the procedure room. So I sat there for a while, had some tea to drink, got dressed, went out. They kind of booted me out and put me in the waiting room. The doctor came and talked to me again, said I have 2 polyps, and they were removed. The news about the polyps is that if they're benign, totally benign, I go back in 10 years. If they are not benign, then I go back in 5 years, or you go back as soon as you have symptoms. Any kind of symptoms, any changes. And this is very important because my mother is now battling colon cancer, and she waited a little long. She didn't have any pre-screening, and she waited until she was having some major symptoms. Went in, and the colon had cancer that had perforated out, got into other parts of the body, which is not a good thing. So colon cancer is a pretty curable cancer if you catch it early. So this is a big push for you to take care of your colon health. If you're over 50 or have a family history, then you need to talk to your doctor, because sometimes they want you to be more aggressive about it. So now I have a family history. My father just admitted he had 8 polyps removed, so I couldn't delay any longer, even though I did try to delay for a few years. But now there's no excuse. So getting this procedure done was a good thing. Came home. Mostly was tired because I only got 2 hours of sleep last night. I don't have any discomfort whatsoever, even though the polyps are removed. You have to be careful about lifting for today, and supposedly I can resume normal activities tomorrow. And doctor's one comment to me was, you sure you're not a heroin addict? Because you sure tolerated these drugs. Well, I should have said, well, I lived through the 70s, so I can tolerate things. But I don't know, for some reason I was totally wide awake and I remember everything now. So that's my public service announcement about my colonoscopy. Go get yours.